Good morning, everybody. It's a new day. We're feeling good. And we're going to crack on with this tongue and groove door panel. So if you just come in a little bit closer, I'll show you how I do it. All right, so if you're making your own tongue and grooves, there's a few things you need to be aware of before you start. So the first thing you need to know is how many boards you require in your door or whatever it is you're making. The second thing you need to know is the size of your tongues. And the size of your tongue is in relation to the size of your groove. So my groove should be 9.5, which it is. Now I don't want my tongues tight. I want it to a little bit of room to wiggle. So I'll aim for about 7 for the length of my tongue. So that's the magic number, 7mm in my particular case here. So in order to get your boards exactly the right size, how you do it, you take your maximum width. Again, this helps if your door is equal distance at this end and at that end. So you take your maximum width and you divide it by the number of boards that you require. So in my case, it's 6. So I take that and divide it by 6. That gives me the visible board width. To that, I need to add a tongue. So whatever that is, plus 6, I can then rip my boards to that width. All except the last board. Because what you'll have, that'll work. So you'll have a board with a tongue into your frame. Board, tongue, into that board. Board, tongue, into that board. All the way to the end, where you'll have a board with a tongue into that board and a tongue into that board. So your last board you will cut slightly bigger than all the rest. So that board will be your width divided by however many plus 2 tongues. So you'll rip that one a bit wider. And that's pretty much all you need to know. In my particular case, I want my boards flush with my face, so I will set my tongue at the depth of my groove here. But apart from that, that's how I work it out, set it out. So I'm going to go get on with doing my tongue and grooves on my boards on my router table. Right, that's our grooves, now our tongues. So far so good. Right, so I quite like that orientation, so I will mark that with a chalk. so we know what order they go back in. And that's pretty much it. All I'm going to do is run a chamfer down these inside edges of the door. I'll also chamfer the edges of each of my boards, which again, that just breaks up the pattern of the door, makes it look nice on the eye. And then we can cut these to length and add the tongues on each end. Easy peasy. Once we've done that, we'll start knocking this together and gluing it up. Right, so that is all my tongue and groove boards done. It's been a while since I've made tongue and groove boards, and it's a bit more faffy than I remember it being. It can be done, but it just takes a bit of time. Some of my tongues are a little bit scruffy, but you don't see those. I really need to get myself a tongue and groove router cutter set. Been on my list of things to treat myself to for quite a while. So, seeing as I've been quite a good boy this year, maybe Father Christmas will sort me out. But you've just caught me in the process of dry fitting this thing for the first time. And we're going to see, well, we're halfway there, that looks good so far. See how things go together. Go on. For reasons known to itself, board 3 and 4 seemed a little bit tighter than the rest of them for no particular reason. That was a nice one. And so was that. Tell you what, not bad at all. So now comes the bit where I need 3 arms. Oh, we're in. Alright, let's get some clamps on it. Give it a little squeeze. Oh. And I took my toe off. Right, so that's my gate pretty much finished now. Well, the main body of it anyway. It needs a little bit of bracing on the back, but we will worry about that after it's all glued and dried up. I just want screwing in at the back. Overall, pretty pleased with it. I've got a little gap up here, about 1 millimetre, fading into nothing, and one here about 1.5 millimetres, and again fading into nothing down at this corner. So I'm not massively pleased with that, but I can live with it. What I am more concerned about is my numbers. Now I can't measure diagonal to diagonal because I don't know these lengths are equal. So let's see where we're at. 2072. 2072. 2 out of 2. 9.8 5.5. 9.8 5.5. If this is 9.8 5.5, I'm buying myself a chicken balti for dinner. Chicken balti for dinner. Come on. All right. So, yeah, we'll get on with the bracing and stuff next time. I'm going to glue this up overnight, and then we'll come back and we'll get on with the arch top, which should be fun. I'll see you next time.